Howdy, howdy. All right, folks, let's talk about the emotional roller coaster that is comics. I mean, these colorful pages and speech bubbles aren't just for kids anymore. No. They're for us grown-ups who still get goosebumps when Batman swoops in or when Spider-Man delivers that perfectly timed quip. Comics have this amazing ability to connect with us on a deep emotional level. They tackle real-life issues masked in capes and tights, showing us heroes facing loss, love, and the occasional existential crisis, just like us. And don't even get me started on the villains. Sometimes they're so complex you're almost rooting for them. Almost. So next time you feel like dismissing comics as just funny books, remember they're a canvas for the human experience, a universe where feelings are as powerful as superpowers. Now, who's ready to dive in to the emotional whirlpool that is For Comics' Sake, episode number 14. I am your host, J.Crager. As always, how is everybody doing tonight? And as always, I would like to bring in our excellent co-host, one of the best writers I know, a force to be reckoned with, William PERDOMO himself.
You kind of diffused me. I was going to say something really nasty, but then you showered me with compliments, and being the shameless glutton for such things, I can't say something nasty after that. So, I'll just settle for calling you a fairy.
Okay. Well, I'll take that. I guess I'll be fairy-like tonight, so that's fine. So tonight we actually have a very special guest. This is the second time he's appearing on my show. This is all the new stuff. Like last time he was on here, I didn't have a mic or a camera or any of this stuff. Or a show. So tonight, Nick will be drawing with us live, and at the end of the night, if you're still in the chat, we're going to choose somebody to give his art away to. So be prepared. So stay here for the whole thing and hang out. Have a good time.
Like the Kelsey episode, right? Where he just kind of at the last minute threw the winner that piece.
Yeah, Kelsey's the man. So that being said, we are going to bring on a force of nature. Okay, the myth, the man, the legend himself, Axe Wielder John, daddy of Axe Wielder John, Nick PITARRA.
For a second,
there he is. I'm still drying my eyes from that beautiful intro.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Thanks, man.
Now I'm ready, guys. Let me gather myself. What's up, fellas?
How is everybody? How are you today?
I'm great, man. I'm pumped. I'm excited to fall on my face or pull some out of my ass. Those are the only two options.
Oh, it'll be fantastic.
Kick the crap out of Crager.
That's not hard to do. So,
shall we say hello to everybody before we start yapping?
Do it.
And Alex VRB was first, and he said, "Ooh, I'm guessing that's what it is." And there's one we haven't seen.
Nice.
The great Nefarious from the Global Frequency and Mavericks. Thank you for joining us this evening, sir. I appreciate it. Once I move this animal out of the way, I can get down to Heartbreak from Alex VRB. Maromi, always here. He's a ride or die homie. He shows up late sometimes, but he always comes in sometime.
That's fantastic.
Dan, thank you for gracing us with your presence. Appreciate it, homeboy.
It's always good to see Plagal.
Always a bugler. Appreciate it. Craig Zablo, welcome, sir. I added yours, even though you put it on another thread. I went and plucked it and stuck it on the main thread for you. Toku Nove. I'm wondering if he's related to Toku May, but hello, sir. Hyper Potato, welcome, sir. Hope you got your Sergeant Savage. Oh no, Sergeant Rock. It was Sergeant Rock.
No, they haven't. Nobody's gotten anything yet. I still have to send everything out, so I'm like sorry. 2 months late. No, it's okay. I'm 2 months late. I've had so much happening. I'm playing catch up, so I'm running late.
Ron at Wolfsbane. I haven't seen you, sir, but welcome. I believe you will be on with us in a month or so.
I like it.
Oh no, about 2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks. So July 15th. Wolfsbane Comics Aaron will be on there.
Aaron. What up, Luke? How you doing, buddy? He said, what up, Crager, Will, Nick? There's some great people right there. Him and his partner, Jason Bascom. They run a great show. Have for years now, called Topicless. Always glad he's here. We're usually up too late for him, but I'm glad he came by. Thank you, my friend.
It's nice.
GJ, the absolute glutton for great art. He's even got Crager's piece right there in his avatar. And there's Billy Baxco. Where'd you come from, homeboy? Been looking for you. You know, it's like you've been hiding like you owe us money.
Wait.
Indeed. And then Tokudo says, Nick, maybe you know him. Aaron says, Axe Wielder John, need that book on my shelf. You can get it at Zoop. They've got copies in the store, according to Nick. You can go fetch yourself one. Are both covers there, Nick?
Yeah. So
they want to get them?
We used the fulfillment center and we mailed, I don't know, like 2,000 copies to the fulfillment center. And I think we had sold 1,850. So I think they have 150 copies. I'm not sure how much of each, but I know they opened a store last month on their website, and the remainder that they have are in their shop. So if you order it from there, they should be able to mail it out and get it to you pretty quick.
Awesome.
I think here I will, if I can find it, I will put the link in the chat in a minute. And then we have, hello, GJ. Thank you. He said hello to all of us. Hal Deer's working, but he's going to be listening. But thank you for showing up, because he's going to certainly be listening because he wants to win. And Alex, I will take no shit from anyone. Maybe from Nick, because he is the king. You know, he did birth Axe Wielder John from his very mind, like Athena out of Zeus. Just popped right out of his head.
He manifested it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was
Marco,
I think is involved in the original.
Illegal substances. A lot of bedtime stories.
Yeah.
Marco, what up, buddy? And that is it. And Moromi, we said hello. I'm going to fetch that link for
that'd be great.
The Zoops. Here's the Zoop store, guys. From what I see here, there's actually 3 versions available. Nick's cover, and who's the other gentleman? Nick,
what's that?
That did the other cover?
Oh yeah,
the other cover.
Yeah, so Das Pastores is the main one. That's the one that got printed 3,000 copies, and then 500 of the red one. So the limited edition one is my cover, the red one. And then there might be one with remarks. I sent a few extra remarks.
Yeah, it's available. It's here.
Yeah, and so those are the 3 that are there.
Sweet.
So the link is in the chat, guys. So if you want to go grab copies, he's saying there's out of the couple thousand they had, there's only like 150 left. So there you go.
Everybody should go pick up copies of Axe Wielder John. They don't even know.
Oh, I'm going to.
I saw a meme earlier, and I'm going to talk about it because I thought it was hilarious. So they were talking about masturbation. And
didn't see that one coming.
Yeah, I know. Sorry, guys. And they said instead of like millions of sperm coming out when you masturbate, what if it was just one big one? And then you had to like stomp it to death after you were done? Like, what if you had to do that every time instead of like being how it is now? Didn't
Scott already make that movie? Did they make Prometheus?
Or Slither or whatever? But
I mean, we're something's coming out of you.
Anyways, it made me laugh out loud to think a giant like sperm would just one would just come out, and then you'd have to stomp it to death. You would really stop masturbation in its tracks at that point if you had to stomp to death your sperm. It would be brutal.
Firing such a thing into another individual would be kind of scary.
I mean, yeah, wouldn't you like? Could you imagine a facial with just one worm? Like, just
why am I having visions of drawn together? Shudder, Tokumi says. More like Sallow. I'm having visions of.
It made me laugh. Like,
thank you, Alex. Moving on to the Wheel of Pain. So the audience is sufficiently grossed out about a giant sperm.
Hey, we got 6 more people in here talking about one more sperm, so go ahead.
And it would be a Wheel of Pain if such a ejaculate were to emerge from your erect penis after sufficiently stroking it to cause climax. But anyways, I shall move on.
It'd be so scary.
Are we all ready? Are you ready, Nick?
I'm ready.
This is the wheel
All
of
right.
torture, man. So
Let's
the
go.
wheel of pain. Get to the chopper.
Get to the chopper.
What do we got?
Dart from Atari Force, Kirk Spencer.
What the fuck is that?
Now Nick's like, what the hell is that? Like,
Let me go Google this real quick and see what we're dealing with.
Oh my
well,
goodness.
Kirk Spencer. I thought she looked pretty cool. She looked like something out of like Kit Carter, like Aaron Lepresti's book.
Okay. So Dart.
I thought it was pretty cool looking.
So Nick, you're under no obligation to draw Dart.
Yeah.
You can draw whatever you want.
Because we're going to do a separate drawing for you, or I don't know how we're going to do it because we'll see who's in the chat.
Right. At the end.
She's got a gun. She's got a face thing. Kind of like her haircut.
What do you mean? What do you mean my typo cost you the spin, Alex?
What? Will's typo cost me the spin. How so?
Where? I put you on there. Even if it was a typo, it wouldn't matter. Is he not on there? No, he's on there. Revy from Black Lagoon.
Yeah, we got you, Baba.
I don't. Oh, I screwed up Black Lagoon. Sorry about that.
You know what she looks like? She looks like a Coda. She looks like what's her face from Wildcats. Coda, whatever the white-haired chick with the short haircut with the bars on her face. She looks just like that, except she has a ponytail. Huh. That's not hard to draw.
Luke says, "What the F is that?" Laughing my ass off. Took the words right out of my mouth, Crager. And Alex BRB says, "No, it says Black Lagoon. The universe knows the difference."
Oh.
Yeah, Zealot. That's
Zealot.
Zealot.
Yeah, that's her fucking name. Yeah.
Ooh, welcome, hockey. See you next Tuesday. How are you, my friend?
You bastard. This is my Australian friend Hockey. So the ongoing joke is that he's not allowed to get out of here unless he calls me the C word.
Exactly.
Because he's from Australia. You know, basically it's a term of endearment there. They call their mothers cunts. So, okay, 31 people. Now let me flip over to drawing, I guess. Jeez. You're going to have to throw it up there. There we go. Let's do this.
Are we able to see what you're doing, Nick, or you don't have a setup for it?
No, I don't have the setup for it, unfortunately. I'll pick it up sometimes and show you guys, but unfortunately, I couldn't really trust my setup. I'd have to use my phone. I got an old iPhone, and then you'd be hearing me speak down into it. It'd be a little weird.
Right.
So, can you guys see that?
Yes, perfectly.
Okay, good. Good. So
all right, gentlemen. Have you found your references?
Yeah, I did. This is a sketch I did for a Blood Ruth idea cover that's based on a Simon Beasley piece. So I wanted Blood Ruth to be fighting zombies, and so her powers is that she can manipulate blood, right? But zombies don't have fucking any blood. So what do if you have to fight zombies and your blood powers don't work? You pull out your gun and you shoot them in the head. So I drew that, with her pulling a gun out and kind of like going, oh fuck, it's not going to work. But whatever.
I think Will should pull up this character bio.
Yeah.
I think there's one that's 6 links down that says who's Dart, and he should read it so everyone knows who we're drawing.
Yeah, I am going to do that. I'm such a crappy host that our guest has to tell me how to do
it. I just want to know about it. I don't want to know which character. I want to know what this character is. What universe.
Let's have a look, guys. Let's see. Oh, it's a DC character. Let's go to the Wikipedia entry, shall we? So, Atari Force was the name of 2 comic book series published by DC Comics from 1982 to 1986. Both were loosely based on the trademarks of Atari Inc.
Okay.
Interesting. Well, wow. Created by Gary Conway and Roy Thomas. So it has a decent little pedigree there.
Cool.
Let's look at let's see. Aaron B. O'Rourke. Dart. Let's see. Aaron B. O'Rourke Singh, a mercenary who operated under the name Dart, was born the daughter of Mohanda Singh and Lee San O'Rourke, the engineer and security officer of the original Atari Force. Welcome. How you doing? Some of the coolest people in indie comics all gathered for one stream. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it. Some person, thank you for showing up, buddy. And he gave a shout out to everybody like he always does. Very nice individual. Thank you. And Luke says, I am slacking. I know, man. I'm doing my best. I'm always doing my best, which is not good enough usually. Do or do not. There is no cry.
Dan Brereton did a picture of Dart from Atari Force. Nice.
Yeah, what I like about it, like I said, it has sort of, I mean, it predates, but it has some Aaron Lopresti vibes from his current campaign.
It does.
So Aaron, Atari Force, had the benefit of having a skilled fighter as a mother, teaching her how to defend herself, and most brilliant mind as a father that could homeschool her so she could do her best. I didn't write this, by the way. This is how it's written. It's not very good. She was admitted as a young teenager to the Atari Academy for military training, where she was often teased by one of her fellow cadets for having mutant genes. Her best friend Dahlia was the only one who stuck up for Erin whenever she got in trouble for watching Dahlia's back. But eventually, they both got in hot water when an incident involving the cadets ganging up on them cost one of the cadets her life. Fleeing to her parents' home in the hopes that they would understand the situation, Erin found out that her parents arranged for her and Dahlia to be sent to an off-world school for training, mercenaries in exchange for charges against them being dropped. I'm like doing like a Christopher Walken, like putting my own punctuation in tonight. At the school, mercenary school on Sangfroid, Erin and Dahlia became the best and most experienced warriors that its schoolmaster Drago had ever taught. With each successful military campaign they were involved in, they would both mark each other with tattoos. Finally, Drago put them in charge of a military operation where they were to protect the planet's ruler from the forces that opposed him. As they met with the ruler, Erin received a vision of a man who would fight alongside her. During the battle, Dahlia was killed, and the man came across the battlefield to see if they were all right. Well, obviously not, I think. Erin pointed the gun at him, intending to kill him for believing that he killed Dahlia. When she remembered the vision again, this distracted her to where she pulled the trigger accidentally, shooting at the man's left eye. As Erin apologized and tended to his wound, she found out that he was a mercenary named Moses Fisk, who operated as Blackjack, and that he was trained at the same school that she and Dahlia were trained at. It was then realized that Drago had mercenaries hired out to both sides of the battle, and that he was responsible for killing Dahlia. The end. Her powers include precognition. She didn't see that one coming, though. Dart has some precognitive abilities that let her foresee certain and possible future events. Well, she kind of saw the dude, but didn't see her homegirl get shot. Psychic link. She also has a telepathic link to her brother, Tempest, or quote-unquote brother Tempest, which enables her to communicate with him wherever he happens to be. Ability. Dart is an expert markswoman, fighter, gymnast, and pilot. Of course she is. So there you go.
She better be. There we go.
All right. Well, see, it's not so bad.
Yeah, it shouldn't be terrible.
Right, Nick? It ain't so bad.
Not so bad. I like it.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. You know, Moromi says Lopresti loves Atari Force, so there we go. There's some DNA in there.
Does he?
And Luke is not even remotely familiar with it.
Is he a big Atari?
That would mean, according to Moromi, he could be lying his ass off for all I know.
Sure.
But I tend to get everyone the benefit of the doubt, especially our audience, because I'm kissing their ass.
Well, somebody has
Chuck
to.
Arnold, there's a new face. Welcome, sir. I think Atari Force started with a graphic novel called Star Raiders from DC Comics in the 80s. Excuse me, Nick? Did I cut you off?
No, Chuck's a good buddy of mine. He collects Frank
Oh,
quietly.
well.
He and I do. So whenever a new piece comes up, we're goosing each other by it and bidding each other up. So semi-enemies, you know what I mean?
Oh,
Well, they're frenemies.
Yeah.
frenemies. Yeah.
Well, thank you,
He's
Chuck.
like,
Welcome. We're glad to have you, buddy.
he's your art collector nemesis, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I sort of take everything literally, and I kind of read everything like what's his name? The Ron Burgundy. There you go. I'm not fast tonight. Lepresti's not a fan of Atari Force. That's the joke. Exactly. I'm Ron Burgundy tonight.
Okay.
I just read it. So if you guys put something really awful, it's going to get our channel banned. I'll just read it.
That'd be awesome.
Chuck says you guys are nemesis.
Nemesis. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm probably just going to end up doing
what's the plural on that?
Little portrait of her. Like, I'm going to keep it easy so that I don't have to like go crazy.
She got little stars on her thing.
You penis.
Little stars, yeah.
Where?
I would like
oh yeah. Yeah,
I think what you should do is an 11 by 17 with 3 or 4 characters, full background.
Who said this?
Make it very special.
Who said
me?
This? Oh no. All right. You know how long that's going to take? So just for the painting stream that I tried to set up, and I'm just talking about like me recording me painting. Just that one piece that I sent you, Will, that we're not mentioning, even though I've mentioned it before. It took me like 4.5 or almost 5 hours worth of recording, so I have to like speed that shit up if we're ever gonna have a stream about it. So that's a long time, and that's not even 11 by 17.
Well, speaking of speeding shit up, welcome, Mr. Bascom. Finally shows up. He has the honor of finally, with that basement dwelling, septic tank slurping piece of inhuman garbage, ink spots. Wonderful individual, by the way. Have finally, stroked out Frog G and is landing with warm love on the public. So
just spraying like a big giant sperm.
Exactly. Just one sperm, like a sperm that is the size of a ferret.
Yes. Oh, that's so rad.
But in case you don't know, Nick, this gentleman, not gentleman, I shouldn't even use the word, this person, Jason Bascom, is the other half of Death Metal Hero, who's Luke in the chat there. Yeah. And they have a great show called Topicless, where they go back and forth about nothing, because it's topicless.
Right. Exactly.
Oh, GJ wants to know what this painted piece is, and you will not be able to see it until the unnamed person he did it for announces it.
Yeah, unless I just kind of like sneak it on real quick. So real quick and back out. There we go.
Oh, gone. Well, they can just go back to the stream and pause it, see what it is.
I'm sure they could. So I'm sure they could.
How you feeling about this, Nick? What you got going?
I'll hold it up. I'm trying to figure out where this other hand's going to go right now. I got something like this cooking right now.
Let me embiggen you. It's embiggen.
It's embiggen.
Line right there.
There we go. Pause. Oh, I like the angle you're picking.
Just doodling something out.
Kind of a yearbook.
Yeah, something simple.
I like your lap board.
Yeah, it's an old light box that so I used to have a big thick light box, but they make these LED light boxes, but the cord tore off, so now it's just a lap board.
Oh, fair enough.
So I have a question for you, Nick.
Yeah.
So what has happened? Because the last time we spoke to you was sort of the tail end of the success of Axe Wielder. What's happened since then, and what's coming for us?
Well, we're doing a action figure. That's my first campaign. It's going to be early next year. The toy company Severed Toys has been on Kickstarter for about 10 years, and they usually do role-playing game like figurines. They decided to expand into action figures, signed a couple of big properties, and then also mine, not as big. And so they launched their first one. And they needed like 70K to make it, and I think it had like 110. So that was really good for Axe Wielder to follow. So they're doing something for Morkborg, making which is like a expansion of RPG games or something. I don't know a lot about role-playing games. And so that was successful. I had a lot riding on that, even though nothing financially tied, because Axe Wielder's following that. And then can't talk about what we got for Axe Wielder, but I'm working on Axe Wielder 2 now. It's a bigger book than number 1. It's about 140 pages. So I've just been drawing that, and that should be completed, fully colored by next summer. Crowdfunding that one too. And then the soft cover, can't say what we're doing with it, but a lot of companies are really interested in doing the soft cover distribution like worldwide. So been in talks with that, and I'll get to announce that sometime at the end of the year. So should be fun.
Nice.
Fantastic,
Yeah,
my friend. I'm so glad you like just exploded with this, man. It's just kind of like lightning out of a blue sky.
It was fun, man. It's real. I just really believed in it, like it's really rewarding to have a vision for something and then have it come together, like you think you might be able to, you don't know if you can, all these nerves doing it, especially on Zoop, where it was a kind of a new platform at the time. And I was like, man, I'm just going to do this and see what happens, And so I'm real happy with them and real happy with the fan response. And then it was pretty much fulfilled in January-ish, minus we've got these big statues we made that they're like in limbo, but that's like 3 people. Actually, Chuck Arnold's one of them that's waiting on those. But there's like 3 things I need, like literally 3 items that I need to fulfill. But everything else is fulfilled book-wise. We got really great response. Like Brian K. Vaughan read it and put it in his newsletter, said he loved it, and he's one of my favorite writers. And the outpouring of support from fans and fellow creatives was just the coolest. So yeah, I really, really appreciate it, and really I'm excited for people to read the next volume. On the first volume, it kind of like I get an idea for kind of like plotting, but in the art, I get an idea for an action scene, and I know that's going to be there, and I got to work the plot around it. Right. And I would just draw it, whatever my muse was at the time, just draw whatever felt warmest or most energy. And I had the rough plot out, but I never really wrote a tight script until eventually I got an editor and I had to turn in a tight script. So now I already have the editor, so I had to do the whole scripting first. So it's really nice just to sit down and know all the dialogue, know everything. And so that was fun to work out. And then now I'm just sitting down. It's like I'm cursing out writer Nick, because artist Nick has to draw the damn thing. So
Are you doing the same technique where you're doing every panel 11x17?
I want to get this out faster. The first one took me like 2.5 years because it was so many boards. We're doing a toy comic, and that one's oversized, and I'm almost done with that. And then the pages I've done so far on 2, it's the same format, the 3-panel pages, but I am actually going to probably pull back and go just on the board, like 19 by 13 instead of 33 by 17 or whatever it was before.
So it was too expensive shooting IMAX for the first one.
I just wanted the first one to be a spectacle. I wanted the first one to be a spectacle, and the next one, hopefully people stay for the writing and the art. The art, I think, in 2 is better. And there were some pages in 1, the double page spreads, where I could not tape 6 boards together, and they were normal sized. And I printed the book in black and white for an artist edition. And I thought really those pages were the strongest pages because the inks were more confident.
Where's that?
We have a limited. We're gonna offer it with the toy campaign, but we've already.
Okay, great. Because I want that.
Yeah, so we made that artist edition. I brought some to conventions with me, so I've sold a few, not many.
Can I buy one from you?
During the toy campaign,
Okay. So if I send you a little message during the toy campaign, I can maybe.
Yeah. Because those are technically not mine. The toy company made those, and they gave me some comps, and they're like, "Don't give too many away." But then I've been bringing them to shows and selling and getting rid of too many of them. So during the toy campaign,
because if anybody's seen Axe Wielder John, like you would desperately want an over IDW artist edition size in black and white. Like you would want that.
Fair, it's not that big. It's actually just the same size as the book. So it's like super, super detailed, but it's only like $40 or $50. I do a drawing.
Oh, okay, so
I do a watercolor drawing in the front. We got thick paper in the front, and then we sell it for $100. And so the idea will be the toy will be hard to make the $70,000 nut. So if we supplement it with other things that cost $100 if you're a fan, or the original book if you haven't bought it yet, then we can get the campaign number the number up, because I really want the toy to happen. If I got to sacrifice some books or some time to draw on the books, then I'm gonna do that to make it happen. So
right, nice.
And by the way,
sounds amazing.
We've got Craig Zabala saying, "Whoa, I had our drawings, or your drawings rather." GJ said that was very nice when you showed that when you showed your board, Nick. Very nice angle. Tokumu says of Nick's drawing. Very flirty look. Very nice, Nick. GJ says. And Hyper Potatoes letting everybody know everyone should look for Atari Force comics with art from Jose Luis Garcia Lopez. And we have a new person in the chat. Nintendo Ginger, welcome. I haven't seen you, but thank you for coming to the show. Really appreciate it. Our good buddy Matt LaRock is in the chat. Yo, Nick, old school 10-ton dude, he says.
10-ton studio, represent.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. And Marco just dropped the Zoop store listing again, so that you can go grab it right now if you guys are interested.
Thanks,
and there's
Marco.
J-Bot. And J-Bot's interesting because he's doing like a more PG version of Axe Wielder John with his Berserker book.
Oh, I've been seeing that.
It reminds me a lot of what you're doing.
I need to check that out. Yeah. I've seen him tagged with me by the fans, and I haven't really got to check
I tagged you because it reminded me of you. But really great book. He sent us an ash can, and it's pretty wonderful. It kind of filled me with the same warmth minus the wetness of as a father, put it that way, as Axe Wielder John. I don't want to spoil the ending.
So good.
And that is everybody. So yeah, yo panel, yo chat, yo, what up, everybody?
Yo.
So I wanted to say also, I was talking to Frege about Axe Wielder John, and what I find kind of interesting about you guys is you guys kind of have done the same thing, but in opposite sizes. I don't know if not sure if you're familiar with Frege's work, Nick.
Yeah, I know of him, but I don't know how he's working currently. Why? What's he doing?
Back, a couple of years ago, maybe, I don't know, more than 10 years ago, he did a kind of a novel thing on Instagram where he was going to do a comic over 1 year with 365 frames. So he would do it but he did it all on trading cards, blank trading card size. So instead of working 11 by 17 for each panel like you were doing, he was doing it on trading cards and doing these very elaborate drawings and these tiny cards. And the idea was he was going to post one a day for, dedicated. Now, that may sound cool and novel and easy, but if you've got a family, there's Nick, you got a family, you got a full house, it's not easy to sit down and get that panel out, a full panel, to the world. And especially when he's doing it stream of consciousness, right? Where he doesn't know where the story's going, which can be also scary, right? Because you got to get a panel out.
Right.
So he managed to complete this story called The Grave, which is, I'll embiggen for everybody to see in the chat, which he, by the way, guys, he's going to crowdfund under Incredible Comics, which is this book right here. If you guys want, if you can see it, Nick.
Nice.
And so what I'm talking about is this. I'll find, so as you can see, these are what the Instagram pages would have looked like, right? Like that.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
Cool.
You know. So over the course of a year, and I'll just go to the first page so you guys can see what the story was on the first page. It was that. See that, Nick?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So, and then it went on like that for a year, and he produced, like you did, a whole stack of boards, but a whole stack of cards, and it's this beautiful work of art, like Axe Wielder John was in this giant, giant piece of card stock. So
Nice.
I thought that was interesting that you guys kind of had a parallel format of doing your stories.
I really liked being able to shuffle in and out too. Like if I needed to add something, it wasn't already concrete in the board. It's why book
Right.
two is so important. If I'm going to put 3 on the board, is I actually need to know exactly what I'm doing. I can't. If someone's going to deliver a line and then look up and deliver the other part of the line, I could have done that easily in book 1 and just the pagination I can just go fix. But on this one, I really needed to know where I was going, you know?
And what I find cool about that for that first book, because it's so full of action, it is like kind of a roadshow thing where it's shot on 70 millimeter, you know? You're seeing it in IMAX.
Yeah, I really liked the cinematic ratio to it all.
Nintendo Ginger says, I am excited to see Nick at Casa in October. Is that a con?
Possibly. I do have some stuff going on in October, so that could be true. But I'm terrible with my calendar, so yes. The answer is yes. I'm excited to see you too.
Nice.
J-Bot said, thanks for the kind words, Will. No problem, my friend. Well, I love J-Bot. Great project he has there, and amazing artist too. We had him on a couple shows ago. Hope to have him on again.
Yeah. J-Bot's a good kid. I like him.
Yeah, Seth, it's the grave. Indeed, it's the grave. And again, we're going to release that with the flood of stuff you're going to get after Black Flag. Like actually get, not crowdfund, but get after Black Flag. You know, Frega's learned his lesson. Hyper Potato says Dart is looking lovely. And Matt LaRock says Frega used to do these small sketch pad stuff that was amazing. It was so creative. Matt, you're right. He did that in the same year. Also, he had a parallel project for 365 days during the grave where he was taking these little moleskin books, like those calendar books like you see Rockefort doing, and doing a painted sketch every single day alongside the frame for the grave. So he had a lot of art commitments that had to go out every night.
That's a lot.
Luke says the grave is great. Indeed it is. And Matt, you will get your 40K piece. What Crager's doing, he's going to kind of ship them out all at once.
Yeah, I've been juggling stuff because I've been dealing with in-law things and taking care of my mother-in-law and
he's under deadline too, Matt.
Chasing children. I'm under deadline for JBD and for a little tiny bit for Meathead. And I'm gonna make it go, guys. So I promise you I'll get all those sketches out to everybody. I know I'm running late. I suck. But I'm good for it. I promise.
Nintendo Junior said it's Comics Art San Antonio. So yes, it's that one.
Oh yeah, I'll be there for sure. My buddy Rob Guillory is going to go there too. He's like their main guy. So yeah, it's going to be fun.
And Tokume dropped the link to Amazon to get the grave. And if you guys want this, the grave, it is out of print from IDW. It's whatever's left is left, and they'll soon be collector's items. And there's a big blank page in the front, so you guys can get a sketch from Frega if you see him at a con. And we're going to redo this in a different size and put it out through Incredible Comics after Black Flag fulfills, and we're doing the other projects that Frega wants to do. And speaking of Frege, he's doing well. He's more lively and positive than I've ever heard him for the last maybe 10 years. So he's about to kick some ass. So I'm looking forward to the late summer.
Yeah, if you feel good, you want to work. So.
Indeed. Matt Rock says, I'm loving the sketch. So
it's kicking my ass. My girl has got a chubby face. She kind of looks like the chick from RoboCop or something. She looks like that chick from RoboCop, maybe.
Like Lewis.
Yeah, she kind of has that chubbier face. Not as cute as I want it, but girls are my kryptonite. You know what I mean?
It's funny. Another thing you have in common with Frege.
I don't draw good women, unfortunately.
Yeah,
there's only one like haggard woman in Axe Wielder John, I believe, and a little girl.
Yeah, the little girl's it was easier, but even that took me a long time to figure out. And then an old woman is I can do because it's all wrinkles.
The one that's cussing up a storm, that one.
Yeah, the senile oracle. Yeah.
Oh,
of course, my favorite character is the the executioner, the new executioner, for one great scene in the book, one great punchline.
Bloodbath.
I love that. I love it so much. Best line in the book.
Gay.
Yeah. Look at all this hall of warriors, all of them destroyed by Axe Wielder John. Just one bubble. Gay.
That was awesome.
It's a great shot too. It's like this big giant wide shot of the hall of fallen, villains or whatever, or fallen henchmen.
Yeah, it was the Shiflet
Hall, yeah.
Shiflet Hall. Yeah. Which is awesome.
That was funny.
I love it.
So, yeah, man. Nick killed it. It's one of those things, man, where it works.
That's right.
So you deserve to bask in your success, my friend.
Yeah, I'm excited for the future. I want to work on it for the next 10 years. So it's a great start and a great foundation thanks to the fans that supported it. So I'm pumped. I want to make my Hellboy,
And they supported your cover for Jawbone Death. I mean, those sold out, both covers.
Yeah, they did.
And you got yours from Adam, right?
I haven't got it yet. He wrote me. I'm really bad about communication. He wrote me and tried to ask for my address, and I just never followed up. We've talked about other stuff since, but yeah, I haven't got mine yet. But that's not on him. That's on me.
So many new faces, man. Raiden Radio says, "Hey, all, welcome, Raiden Radio. Glad you joined us. Appreciate it. Glad to see all these new people coming in. So nice."
What's our count?
On X is 50, and there's about 23 people watching with us on the YouTube. Thank you, guys.
Nice.
Probably because we have Nick here. If it was us, old farts, nobody would be here. But because Nick's such a rock star, they're all here for him.
Exactly.
I got 23 loyal followers, baby. That's all I need.
23.
It's that's my entire Twitter is here.
Exactly.
They just want to see that Fred Durst hat.
Nice.
Hey, I saw them at Summer Sanitarium with Metallica. It was them. Who's the lead singer of the band at the time? He ended up killing himself. What's his name?
Static X?
No, Linkin Park. Linkin Park.
Oh, Linkin Park.
It was Linkin Park.
I know who you're talking. Chester.
Yeah, and then it was
Mr. Bennington. Yeah.
I think Slipknot. I wasn't really into them, but
oh my God, Slipknot! I would love to see them.
It was Summer Sanitarium. It was in Astrodome. Yeah.
Nice.
I mean, I didn't really grow up in an environment like that, but what's it like going to a concert in that weather?
Oh,
that
terrible.
That was inside, so it wasn't too bad for that one. But I'll tell you, I'd never been to a real heavy metal show. I'd been to a what was the band? Great guitarist, super heavy. I forget. Anyway, I've been to a couple little small shows that were really like mosh pity, and my buddy wanted to go to that one, so we went to it. But when Metallica came out and they had those flamethrowers, dude, you could feel the heat the second those things cut on. It's like, I was like, dude, how are they up there playing, dude? Because I can feel it out here in the crowd, dude. It was crazy.
I mean, one of those took out James Hetfield once.
Right when Metallica got that new bassist, the Mexican dude.
Yeah, I remember.
Rio?
Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah, he's really awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of those bursts took out James Hetfield back in the 80s. Remember when he got hit with one of them?
Crazy.
Yep. I saw him at the Rose Bowl afterwards. They had to reset that tour, and he came out. Somebody else was playing guitar. I forgot who. But James came out and did Inner Sandman before they left for the night. But he had been burned like 6 months previously. It was pretty crazy. It was awesome.
By the way, Art Jedi says, awesome sketch. I'm getting Barry Windsor Smith vibes from the cloth rendering.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, one time, it's funny that you say that. Many years ago, I was at a San Diego Comic Con, and I run into the letterist, Tom Orzechowski. And Tom Orzechowski is the letterist, Barry Windsor Smith's letterist when they did Weapon X.
Oh, and really?
Yeah, he was looking through my stuff, and I realized kind of who he was after he saw my stuff, and he compared me to like Barry Windsor Smith. And I was like, oh man, I love Barry Windsor Smith, blah, blah, blah. And I looked up and saw who he was, and I'm like, I go, you're Tom Orzechowski, right? And he goes, oh yeah. And I go, you know my buddy Robin Spihar. And he goes, oh my God, I love Robin Spihar. Robin Spihar is a friend of mine and Marco's that is a letterist, and he loved Tom Orzechowski's work. And in fact, the letters for the book Hammer were created not only by Marco, but by Robin Spihar, who was trained by Tom Orzechowski. So you're not the first person to say that my stuff looks Barry Windsor Smith-like. I tend to render more organically than most people. I don't like things looking like they were chiseled out of stone. That's like one of the problems I have with certain artists' work. Like Finch kind of trained me when I started working for Top Cow. So he showed me how he wanted things to be done. And I just remember thinking to myself that his stuff is really stone-like, and his rendering is very stone-like. And although he's a very good illustrator and an artist, it didn't have the textures that like Neil Adams had, right? It didn't have it just wasn't organic. And I always enjoyed that more organic rendering. So I always kind of leaned into the artists who were more like that. So I kind of pushed away the Finchisms that I was trying to be taught also. Even though I could draw like him, it never felt natural to me. So, but it works. It's super effective. Like all the artists who draw like Finch now, like they do it very well. They're all very effective at it. Much more so than I probably would have ever been.
For the new people in the chat, can we get your progress, Nick, and so you can see what you're doing?
Yeah,
they're like guys like Josh came in. They probably want to see what you're doing.
Trying to figure it out.
Look at that.
I don't know if I'll ink it or not, or just let the watercolor sit. So
look at that.
Nice. I didn't really pick a big piece of paper, so I can't get too crazy detailed. I wish I could have, just not good with girls, This was a mojo, I'm telling you, I would have killed it. Wrinkles and pimples and stuff, but
that would have been.
It's funny. Nobody ever really suggests stuff like that. we don't get a lot of. Nobody really suggests much X-Men ever.
No, they don't. That's kind of weird. Or it's not really weird, but I find it interesting that they don't.
Going back to the Contra stuff, did you guys ever see that fascinating documentary? I think it was called, literally called Shit Show on Netflix about Woodstock 99. Did you guys ever see that?
I think I did. Yeah.
Where they talk about how...
I haven't seen it.
I think it's kind of fascinating because they go through those 3 days and what led up to that essentially turning into a giant riot.
Right.
And it's fascinating to me because it was like the perfect epitaph to the boomers and their movement in the 60s, where it was the same people involved in Woodstock, the same guy the same dude who, owned the copyright, it was all about peace and love, all the horse shit that they were doing in the 60s. But they realized that when they did in 94 with all the mud, that it went well, but they didn't make any money. So they set up 99 to be as efficient as possible in terms of squeezing every bit of money out of these kids as possible and exploiting them to the maximum extent. And what I found ironic about it, right, was that in, Woodstock's, whatever stupid year that took place back in the 60s, it's like they had it in upstate New York and these beautiful rolling hills, greenery all around, organic food, free organic food available, peace, love, rock and roll,
right.
flowers and guns, all the other stuff. And then you go and you see this one. It's on a military base, okay? The symbol of American Empire on a military base. All concrete, slab with concrete as far as the eye can see. No rolling green hills, just slab with concrete, right? No shade in the middle of the summer. It's 109 degrees. It's just buildings, conning towers, hangars. And they didn't allow them to bring any water.
Right.
And they had to pay for everything there, and everything was like $9 in $1999. Okay. And I just thought it was a interesting irony that it sort of destroyed the brand because it was so bad that people were getting trench mouth being there.
Oh.
Because they couldn't afford to buy bottled water and they wouldn't let them bring bottled water. So they had they were resorting to busting all the pipes that went into feed the porta potties, which there wasn't enough of. And they were like rolling around in that water and drinking it and, getting septic poisoning.
Awesome.
And so the first day everyone was happy, but that all boiled over into the third day where it turned into like Bosnia, like a failed state or something.
So gross.
And I like I said, I just thought it was funny that they murdered their own brand by becoming the very greed that they were, out to protest against when they originally held the Woodstock event. And like I said, it was all the same people involved. It wasn't like, what I mean? That's really funny. Well, yeah, Tokume's right. So it was a literal shit show. They were rolling around in their own shit.
It's disgusting. That's gross.
Again, I couldn't get past the irony of this taking place on a military base.
Does not surprise me.
And what's that sketch right there?
What? This?
The one that that one. Is that the Myth Slayer?
No. No, it's from The Witcher.
Oh.
That's what it was from.
Now I have to fake a gun. How are you faking your gun? Talk to me about fake guns.
Fake guns? I just draw out real guns. For the most part, this gun that she has is fairly realistic.
Yeah.
It just has. It looks like it's the one cartridge that it has, like or magazine, is put in sideways.
Yeah.
So, but for the most part, it looks, relatively like an AR-15 or some type of assault rifle.
F that. Just do Rob Tech. Just get a poster tube, and just make it shiny, and then you're
just
good.
Make it yeah, exactly. Which is what we're probably going to do here.
Well, that is what
GJ is about to fire off a giant sperm by saying, "Oh my God, show that again, Crager." He wants to shoot his sperm out into somebody and impale them.
So I was just doing breakdowns and stuff of the Witcher stuff that I was trying to work out some stuff for. So, as GJ knows, since he commissioned me like a month ago and I haven't done it yet.
Oh, for the Witcher?
Yeah.
So that's what.
Yeah, that's why he's all shooting.
Yeah.
The snake sperm at people.
Like something out of a Japanese horror film.
Terrible, terrible horror movie.
How much time do we have, guys? What's our time look like? What
do you think?
Rushing this week?
We have another half hour if you want, buddy. So
right.
That's fine. That's fine. What? It's 9:03 right now. Yeah.
Yeah, 9:03.
Yeah, we haven't
been going an hour yet.
Yeah, we have about half an hour, bud. So not a big deal.
Right. I just want to know my time to hit this deadline. That's all I care about.
No, you're good. You're good.
I'll make it up.
I know this, GJ.
It's a life-held gun for me.
It took me quite a while to get my Weapon X.
Yeah, it takes a little bit. It's because I didn't. Yeah, it'll be worth it. It always is. It always is. I appreciate everybody who waits for me. So I make sure to take care of them, and I don't want them feeling any sort of way about it. So, and of course, if I do take too long, you can always just, hit Tatiana up and be like, "No, give me my money back. I hate Jewett. I hate Crager. I just used my real name." Oh, so funny. Not that even JG would know that, or GJ did that backwards. So next week, we're going to actually have a really interesting show also. So we're going to have Marco Madman Galley. So my assistant, who's so incredible. He's not even an assistant. He's his own thing. So I shouldn't call him my assistant because that belittles him. I don't want to belittle him.
You guys are a studio together.
We're a studio. So, and he's going to be on, but we're also going to have on. So at one point in Marco's life, he was an assistant to the great inker Joe Weems. And we're also going to be having Joe Weems on also. And Weems, I believe, inked, Fathom over Mike Turner. He inked Cyberforce. He inked The Darkness over Joe Benitez. He's one of the best inkers on the planet. He inked part of Joe Sonntag's Reaper Destroyer.
Mm-hmm. And I'm sure Josh the Art Jedi is like, huh? And his ears just perked up.
So he is going to be on with Marco. And it should be fun. We'll talk about the old days. Before Marco was Weems's ink assistant, I was Weems's ink assistant. And so we all have that in common. And so it'll be fun. So Weems rarely climbs out of his cave to do stuff like this. So it'll be nice that he comes on and chats about the old days. So.
And speaking of that, Hype Potato says he's loving all these guest artists. Hope Weldon comes back, and indeed he will, because he is a friend of the channel and a friend of ours. So,
yes.
And he even said he'll be back. So you're going to see Weldon again.
Yeah, you'll see Weldon. We're gonna hit up. Yeah, we're gonna hit them all up, man. So I have Joe Benitez coming on in August. So that'll be a huge one. Yeah, I'm working on it, guys. We're gonna get Frag on. We're gonna get I'm gonna get artists who are of much higher esteem than I could ever be on here to be doing, some cool stuff. So,
yeah. GJ,
you didn't hear? Yeah. Well, I mean, you're the rock star at the moment, my friend.
Yeah. I'm not a rock
but
star.
GJ says you guys got to keep pushing Weems on here. We'd love to see him here. We were just talking about that. He's going to be on with Marco next week, GJ.
Yeah, we're going to get Weems on. So, and he doesn't.
Can't wait for Benitez.
Benitez is always fun. Yeah, I want to get more high end artists, kind of people who wouldn't normally be on these shows, to do stuff like this, because I know you guys want their art. I know you guys just don't want my art all the time. So if I can talk them out of a piece of art and get them to do my show, then it benefits us all. It benefits them. It benefits me. It benefits the people who are in the chat waiting diligently to be given stuff. Yeah, it's fantastic. It's fantastic.
Hey, Omer Glitch, how you doing, buddy? He said Mark Silvestri.
Yeah, Weems used to work on Silvestri back in the day.
Guys, do you think you can watercolor over pencils without them smearing everywhere? What do you think?
To some extent, if you have a light touch and you're not like rubbing
it's too late
around
to do a wash on it and then do it. I just need to do local blotting it in. That's what I think.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't think we can wash it.
Here's an example of something like that where I'm gonna have to cover up some boobies. Where I've washed over pencil lines.
Yeah.
So, and let's see. You can kind of see them.
Oh, me.
Let me cover up the actual body parts here, but you can see the pencil work on here, right?
Yeah.
And it gets washed away.
Check like that one, DJ.
The graphite can be pushed around. I guess I'll show this. The graphite can be pushed around quite a bit. And you can use graphite as kind of like watercolor if you want.
Yeah.
Which is weird because it's not water soluble, right? It just gets pushed around.
Well, I'm gonna throw some local color, no wash, which I know I'm not supposed to do, but oh well.
Oh well. You know what? It is what it is. So like this, I'm about experimenting with art, man. So hopefully the people who come on here like that idea that we're experimenting, like we're having fun. We're trying to make it fun for all of us.
Maybe that's something we'll do, Craig, is because we usually book guests a month in advance. So maybe if Crager wants to do that and post a little screenshot of all the people that would be coming on, a little schedule. But sometimes we like to surprise you too, Craig, with people.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's
do it.
Like what?
Talk. I said do it.
Oh, we have, I'm not going to say who, but we have one in particular we're still trying to lock down that is going to be a very interesting one that we want to surprise you with. So you guys go, oh, wow. Like, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So I think that's fun. So you guys, if it's a big guess, not to say that Nick isn't, if we're just lazy, we would try to do it a week in advance or a couple days in advance.
Yeah.
So
exactly. Yeah, I don't think
Overglitch can't wait to get the Weem on, by the way.
I know. Weems is a hard guy to pin down, and he's an interesting guy. He's an interesting character. I've known him since I was 18. We used to hang out all the time growing up. And he lived right down the street from me. He lived in Huntington Beach. And that's how he ended up meeting Fraga through Extreme Studios back in the day. And we all ended up kind of meeting each other, which is interesting. I met Fraga through Weems at Extreme Studios. So it's kind of weird, like how that all worked out. Like, it's all interconnected. Comic books are so small that, you know, running into somebody who was a pro 20 years ago or whatever isn't uncommon. It just isn't.
GJ says getting Silvestri on here would be excellent as well. That's a little bit of a stretch, right?
That's a bit of a stretch, getting somebody like Silvestri on here. I have talked to Silvestri. I even did a sculpture for Silvestri once. And originally we were trying to work it out to get it printed, but inevitably the comic book part of basically Top Cow had kind of like slowed down, and they stopped doing just everything. They were very particular about what they were going to do now. So my sculpture never ended up going anywhere. And of course, you know, I'm sure Silvestri would have loved to have had one, but I never ended up casting it. And it was of Killjoy, his favorite character.
The female cyborg?
Yep. The one with the skull face?
The skull face? Yep.
Yeah. Yep.
Hey, Red Dress Press, welcome, buddy. Thanks for visiting. Well done, piece, he says.
Thank you.
According to Overglitch, if you watercolor and let it dry, shouldn't move around much with a second pass. And then Art of Roy, welcome, sir. He says, try a fixative on the pencils.
Yeah, you can do that too. You can put a fixative over it. But, you know, if you're just light and blot, you might actually get away with not. And you can still draw over it once it's dry. Oh, she has a big fucking earring. Jesus Christ.
And of course, GJ, like Jason's piece is coming out so damn good. Congratulations to the winner. Indeed.
Glad you all.
And good night, Craig. Thank you for sticking around. Hopefully, Get Carter will win one of these days. And he says, beautiful pieces, another great show. Congrats, Hyper. It's after midnight and I have an early morning, so night all.
Thank you for coming. Have a good night.
And Overglitch is kind of sticking with the theme of the show. Free the weem, not the peen.
Oh my god, the weems. The weems. He's trapped.
Well, Overglitch asks, is Finch a stretch?
Not so much. Like, I would just have to reach out to him. It's been a long time since me and him have talked. But he does hang out with a few people that I'm friends with and have been for years. I haven't seen Finch in 15 years. I think the last time I saw him was at a con. And the last person I know who hung out with him recently was Benitez. So it might be possible to get him on here for a little bit. He might tolerate me. So,
well, you're the intolerable.
Well,
Art of Roy suggests, he says, another thing that may work is Caran d'Arche. Blender pencil acts like a fixative, so the pencils won't wash or run when the watercolor is applied. Did I pronounce that right? Caran d'Arche?
I don't know.
If you can read it right there on the comment. This type of pencil.
I'm not looking. I'm drawing.
Hey, Angela Curry, welcome. There is Jason Bascom's partner in crime, Mrs. Curry, or Miss Curry, excuse me. Thank you for coming out to watch us. Really appreciate it. Yeah, he said, Marco said one of the first image books that helped Joe on was Berserkers on Fraga's book. that he did at Extreme.
There you go.
Okay, there you go. Mistwork. So, or I could do the politically correct term Ms. So Gloria Steinem, Ms. Magazine. Finch does have a YouTube show, indeed.
He does.
And good thing, though, that Tokame is reminding everybody, like, share, and subscribe. When this channel reaches 150, 300, 500,000 subscribers, you can win rare comics and memorabilia. Share this out and stay tuned. Many great artists will be on. And yes, we do have Slab stuff to give away.
Yep, Slab New Mutants 98, in fact, to give away at 150 subscribers. Currently, we're at 146. So we're almost there.
Oh, wow. Look who's joining us from Down Under, our friend Michael Bancroft. Welcome, sir.
Mr. Bancroft, how are you?
I went to a dinner with Bancroft, and the amount of burping and farting he did while he was eating was very off-putting.
Who was it?
It was like if you threw a steak dinner into a wood chopper, the way the food was flinging out of his mouth the whole time while we were eating.
Damn.
Who is this?
You're talking about is Bancroft, according to him. He's a savage.
Yeah, Bancroft knows.
Oh, Bancroft.
Chews with his mouth opens, burps.
Just talking with that fucking accent, just like, hey, you lizard-eating fucking bastards, let's eat some more fucking food. Rah!
He was always
hockey.
Oh, maybe it was hockey. I don't know. Isn't Bancroft from fucking Australia?
Wasteland? Yes.
Yeah. That's what I thought. Yeah, I was doing the proper fucking accent. It was proper.
Mr. Art of Roy says, hey, I was on the CBR boards when Nick PITARRA did the art challenge and got work from that. Was it CBR or another forum?
No, that was it. They held this contest called Comic Book Idol, and they had a couple of years of it. And what they did was they had people draw against one another, and you'd have like CB Sobolski was a judge, Ryan Otley was a judge, and if you won it all, you got to get a pinup like in an image book. Well, there was about 200 portfolios submitted, and I was one of the contestants they picked to compete. And I, did a bunch of pages, a bunch of stuff, kind of put in my vacation time at work so I could do these pages all in a week. You go round from round and see how far you can get. I came in 5th. There was a couple of really good artists that also became pros in there, but I lost. But the day I lost, Marvel wrote me and offered me a gig. So
that's nice.
I wrote them and said, well, how did you hear about me? Turned out there was a new writer at the time named Jonathan Hickman that was working there or just got some work there. And he said he really liked my work and he recommended me. I got his number and called him and thanked him. And it's kind of how my career started. And it actually was a Mojo story, that first story that I worked on at Marvel.
Oh, wow. Amazing.
Speaking of Mojo, may we see where you're at, Nick?
Oh, yeah. Let me get this watercolor down and I'll show you what it looks like. Get this off my brush real quick. Yeah, so that was like life-changing, and I never have stopped working since that contest. And best thing I ever lost, I guess. So it was super fun, and got to do Manhattan Red Wing and then Manhattan projects with Hickman, and then get my foot in the door in the industry and work with other people. And it was all based on losing that contest.
Wow.
It was the contest was a lot of fun. I wish they would do it again. It was really cool contest. Good way for people to break in.
And as an addendum, that Bancroft says Nick's interview on Ink Pulp is a must watch.
Yeah, that was a fun one, Mike. it's not in this room like it usually is when I do these interviews, because for some reason my computer was wigging out. So I had to I keep my wife. I'm like, set your computer up in there, do some Max Wilder books behind me. And I was late. And then I was like, I'm already kind of a fast talker and manic sometimes, but I was like nervous and manic. So I was just a little more on in that one than like tonight where it's super casual, you know?
Yeah, we try to take it easy around here. So like the first thing I try to do is, essentially make it as embarrassing as possible so that we just kind of get any type of anxiousness out of the way. So that's why I talked about giant sperms. Because, the second you take something like that and you make it like silly, or you start just being silly, it completely relaxes everybody, because I just said the most retarded thing possible.
It's one of those shows, eh?
Yeah, kind of. So I'm okay with that because it just kind of levels the playing field for me. Like it makes it really easy for me to relax at that point. Like,
although I like the perception that I'm very pretentious, I am quite lowbrow.
Is that what you're saying? Is that you?
Oh yeah, indeed.
Yeah. Yeah, lowbrow. He likes dick and fart jokes as much as anybody. So
yeah, like when I'm not watching, Japanese cinema from the 60s, I'm watching Leprechaun in space and enjoying every minute of it.
Exactly. I'm all about it. I think I got to let the cat out. You want out? Okay. I'll be right back.
All right. It's a good time to see where Nick's at.
I'm getting there. Hang on.
Well,
almost there. Hang on.
And then Art Roy said, I think Frank Cho did a similar thing for his 50-something book about space chicks. And Luke says, can't take oneself too seriously when the conversation involves giant sperm. Well, I mean, you can always do the prison intellect around sperm,
Sure.
And make yourself sound smart, I suppose.
Yeah, why not? Why not? Is everybody plus, everybody's so uptight. Like, sometimes you just got to say stupid shit. So.
Especially in this thing.
Yeah, man. I want everybody being so fucking uptight. This is terrible.
Crager's doing.
Oh, it's horrible.
Well, you said that before. No, but they love it.
I'm still watercoloring.
Okay,
I didn't do
get you.
Local color right now. But I'm trying to make it work.
I think that's pretty darn cool.
Made up gun. I'm gonna swirl some colors in the background when it's done, and we'll see. We're getting close.
I'm gonna look at his.
Close.
I haven't got to see his at all. I haven't looked.
Oh,
it's just a watercolory bust.
Oh, nice.
Completely made up.
I like it.
No wash. I would have done I've done this before, like an orange wash or a blue wash, kind of unify the colors and not make it look so stupid. But
yeah,
didn't want to risk smearing any of the pencils because I don't think I'm going to ink it because I'm too lazy.
I know I have gray tone.
Oh, look who just moseyed on into the saloon. The very swarthy yet caramel Midwesterner, Mr. Phil Diaz of Zaid Comics. Welcome, sir. He says, wait, is that Nikki P, the Texas Tornado?
One and only, baby.
Yes, it is. How you doing, Phil?
I think he just finished up his show just now. I think they just had a hard line. Speaking of hard line, we're talking about giant sperms tonight.
That's right. Right. Just one big one. Not millions of them. Imagine if just one came out. One about the 6 inches long, about the size of a snake,
You don't have to it should be the size of whatever your regular load is, but one. Just uncomfortable. It can't be like
right.
Yeah, but right. Yeah. It can't be more than a palm full, if you curled up in your palm. Like it should be like the size of one of those hands that you get out of the mechanical machine.
Click the little sticky hands.
Yeah. Just enough where it feels like it's got a gun.
I love those things too.
Look at Alex VRB. No, don't bring back the giant sperm topic.
Don't do it. Yeah.
The best masturbation meme is the FAP no FAP, and it says FAP no FAP, and FAP is like this puma, and he's like got mange, and he's got like flies going around him, and he looks terrible, and he's emaciated, he's starving to death. And then no FAP is like this regal, immaculate, like oily haired puma that looks like a god, and that's the best FAP no FAP. It's a little less gross than the living sperm that Crager won't let go of.
I'm not going to let it go, man. I just think it's amazing. Like
Bancroft is picturing that tracker thing in the Matrix.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm talking about. Like it's.
So I have to pull this giant apparatus onto your body and electrocute it to get it out.
The idea of having to stomp your sperm to death to get rid of it is what really did it for me.
While it's squealing?
Yeah, like you're literally having to stomp the thing to death, and then imagine it trying to get away. Yeah. Or, as I said, anytime like you want to like do a facial, it's literally just throwing a worm at somebody's face.
So if it's the other one, does that mean you're committing murder?
What are you stomping it to death?
No, like if somebody is doing you the good deed of blading you,
swallowing it,
does that mean
taking? I guess, man. Yeah. I mean, I would hold women like to such a hugely high regard if they swallowed something like that. I would be like, "You're a fucking champion." Oh my god!
So our numbers just went down by half because all the women left the room, but. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate it.
We do appreciate it. Yeah, I'm sorry. It would be horrible. Or men. I mean, men could do it too, I suppose. But yeah.
Well, there you go. We can say that to Joe Weems. Get the weem, not the peen. Giant sperm hurts my peen. There you go.
Oh, I'm sorry, guys. It's really terrible. Yeah,
face hugger, sperm facial, and Death Metal Hero says slithery like those things from Dreamcatcher, the shit monsters from Dreamcatcher.
Yes, exactly. Yes. Oh my god.
Ew. Oh, Bancroft. They try to even skewer them and sell them at street markets.
Yes, they would. It would be awesome. Oh my god.
Well, Alex VRB will have to give Bancroft a wrench then. He said, "You're lucky I don't have a wrench here, Michael Bancroft."
Oh my god!
Ass weasels. I guess is that what they were called? Is that the book that Stephen King wrote after he got taken out by the car?
Ass weasels. No, he wrote Dr. Sleep
after he got hit.
Yeah.
And what was the movie he was directing when he was like super high on coke? It was Maximum Overdrive.
Probably. Yeah.
Yeah. He was like dusted to the eyeballs while making that.
That's super like if you were all coked out, I could see being terrified of machines. Yeah.
But it's a terrible film.
That tracks.
So. I'm gonna mute myself for 1 second. I'm gonna put blow dryer on this thing.
Did you remember the advertisements of that? Remember when they would sometimes get the let me see what he's got going. Are you done?
Yeah, I'm done. I just happened to put some like Zipatone
That's
on
got
it.
some Aaron Lopresti vibes to it, like we were saying.
Yeah, I might throw some more Zipatone on this thing.
Well,
Mm.
And who won this one again? I'm sorry.
I'm not sure. We'll have to go back and look. We'll have to go back and look. So as I said, I forgot his name now.
Oh, Kirk Spencer won it.
Here, I'm going to write his name on here right now. Kirk Spencer.
Remember, you hit up. Make sure you hit up Crager.
Yeah, hit me up on Twitter and give me your address, and we'll get this out to you. So I'm going to put some more Zipatone on it, though. So
I thought it turned out pretty darn cool.
Let's see. We have 147 backers that were or subscribers. So we're 3 away from giving away. Hold on. Let me get it.
Yep. A slabbed book, ladies and gentlemen. And we'll be doing that at all different milestones. And I think the first one is which one?
So here we go.
Look-see.
So it is a, was it this one? Or was it this one? Now, I think we are giving away the New Mutants 100, right? So it's the New Mutants 100. It's an 8.5. It's the first appearance of Shatterstar. So it's this. And it's already...
And not that damn white cover.
Yeah, it's CGC graded. It's an 8.5. I know it isn't great, but it's the last issue of the New Mutants, first appearance of X-Force, first appearance of Shatterstar. Okay, and then at 300, we're giving away this, a 9.8 X-Force number 2, which is the first appearance of Weapon X. Garrison Kane, the second appearance of Deadpool, and Black Tom Cassidy's first appearance. So at 300, we're giving away a 9.8,
which is a nice grade for that.
Yeah,
one.
This is a several $100 book. So, and then maybe we'll at some point when we get more backers, we'll give away a 9.2 CGC graded Jawbone Death.
Yeah. I know GJ's like, it's mine.
And then I have several Yaira CGCs also that we may give away at some point down.
Didn't you have a New Mutants 98?
No, I think it was the 100. It was the 100. I don't know why I kept calling it a 98. So no, it was the first appearance of X-Force.
That's an iconic book, the New Mutants 100. That's the end of an era right there.
Yeah, it's the final issue of New Mutants. It's
Oh, is Nick showing us something? Let's see. Let's see what Nick's showing. All right. Is this your finished one, Nick?
Done.
There we go.
Oh my God, his is better than mine.
So how are we determining who gets this one?
I don't know.
Somebody in the chat that can answer a trivia question.
See,
okay,
I like that.
Let's do it that way.
All
right. So
I don't know how impossible. Well, who's going to ask the trivia question? That's the question. I think it needs to be a Nick Patera.
Do you want to just ask?
Question. Well, I don't know.
Okay, so it's a Nick Patera trivia question. What do you think, Crager? What should it be?
Yeah, man. Patera, why don't you you know the most about yourself, obviously. So coming up with a interesting question about yourself would be great. Like we could easily go like, where is Nick from in Texas? But that's a little too simple.
There's a director named S. Craig Zoller. What are his 3 movies he's ever made? What are the 3 movies he's written and directed?
Yeah, I know this one. Go. So yeah, make
S.
that
Craig
happen.
Zoller,
First
right?
person that can get all 3. If you're Googling them, you're a cheat. Or you know what? Just name 2 of them.
Yeah, name 2.
There you go. 2 films.
S. Craig Zoller, 2 of his 3 films.
Go.
2 of his 3. Nobody?
Yeah.
Well, there were. Or are we going on this chat?
We're doing it through
this chat.
It's okay that I didn't eat this, right? That's readable.
Dude,
Craig Zoller.
It's beautiful. It came out great. So in order to win the
Anybody
Nick
got any
art,
answers?
you have to come up.
Nobody wants it.
No, I want it. I'll fucking tell you all 3 movies he fucking did. So I've seen 2 of them.
Like he's seen them.
All right,
I remember what they.
All right. Let's do a Nick Patera trivia. What month was I born?
Okay.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, there you go. What month was Nick born in? Come on, guys.
Oh, somebody got Bone Tomahawk is the only one I know.
Oh, that guy. I could have won this. Come on,
Well,
it's a good one. It's on
I'm
Netflix.
seeing you like in 4 months.
That one, Marco got it. Marco got it.
Crowley. Oh, Marco got it. Marco. Nice.
Whoa.
Bone Tomahawk and Crawling and Cross.
You're taking crawling as the word? I don't
actually, no, Marco, wrong word.
I don't believe crawling is the correct adjective, but it's very
close. He's right. Dragged, yes. Thank you.
Dragged.
Marco's the winner.
I like Brawl and Cell Block 99 personally.
That's my favorite one right there.
Brawl?
Like, yeah, because I so relate with that character in so many ways. It's fucking gross. So, but I love it.
All right. Well, Marco's got it. Thank you, Marco. You've won this beautiful piece. Would you like to show it again, Nick, one more time?
Here it is.
For everybody to go to bed with. Look at that.
My one request when I came on the show was no girls, but of course I got to do a girl.
No, man,
you did
a great job.
See in a French comic.
Nice and small.
It came out.
I kind of like her hair. She's kind of got like the shabby cut, but had left the tail in the back. That's kind of cool.
Came out so nice. I'm glad Marco got it, man. He loves your work so much. He's my, as I told you, he's my buddy. He stole my copy of Axe Wielder John. So it's nice that he got it.
Crager, let me see what yours looks like. I think I was looking down when you were holding yours up.
Oh, it's horrible here.
Oh, nice.
What are you talking about?
That looks cool,
man. Nah, I'm not feeling it, but okay. I gotta put some more fucking Zipatone on it. So yeah, I think I'll make up for it in Zipatone. So
I think this was a great one. I love those two you guys did, and it was a great chat. Thank you guys for coming out. There was a lot of new faces in the chat.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for visiting.
And remember to like and subscribe. And we're probably gonna wrap up here in a second. So usually by the end of the night, I berate you all about being nice to yourselves and trying to work harder on your art and give yourselves a little break when you're beating yourself up when it comes to art. And be kind, share.
Classic look to it, Jason. Thank you. That should be what we go out with. Thank you.
Fair enough.
Luke.
Fair enough. And comics are about having a good time. Comics are an experience. They shouldn't be gatekept. They shouldn't be you shouldn't be told how your comic should be, especially when it comes to your book. And you should feel free to do wherever it takes you, man. You should try to be fearless. That is my thing, is like when it comes to art, you need to be fearless. So
amen.
Yeah, be fearless, be dangerous, just take chances when it comes to your art, be excellent to each other. Just be kind. So, and draw more, man. Buy comics, draw more, smile more.
Create.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to keep fucking telling you guys this shit until you fucking do it. So just keep it up, man. Keep up being awesome. So anyways, we love you all. Thank you all for coming out. We're going to close it out like we always do with some peaches. So have a good night.